So Adil, do you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Adil,
yeah.
good morning. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Good morning, everybody.
Morning, Dr. Adil.
How are you? Dr. Atif.
Good morning,
Morning.
Dr. Adil. How are you?
I'm fine. How's everything?
You are talking from Khartoum.
Yeah, from Madani.
What
South of Khartoum, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
About 180 kilos south of Khartoum. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Trying to put this, some pictures here.
Okay, good morning, everybody, and I'd like to welcome every one of you for today's side event, which is part of the Science Days for the FAO. And today, our title will be Enhancing Knowledge Sharing in Support of Agricultural Innovation, Date Palm Innovation Platform. As you all know, the region is experiencing a huge knowledge gap as the information and knowledge produced locally are not easily accessible. To close the gap, FAO and AARINENA joined effort to explore opportunities to sustainably improve the quality and the quantity of date palm production and support the small-scale producers. This joint effort resulted in establishing a research, technology, and innovation date palm virtual platform. This innovation platform provides for the first time a digital mean for collaboration and interaction between researchers, producers, funders, policymakers, private industries, government agencies, and other stakeholders to maintain high competitiveness of date palm products in a dynamic global market. I welcome every one of you, and I will call on Dr. Adil Abdulrahim, the president of AARINENA, and Ms. Beth Crawford, officer in charge of innovation at FAO, to start this today's event with some words in the opening session. So, Dr. Adil, the floor is yours, please. Dr. Adil. Dr. Adil, you are muted. Can you unmute your microphone?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Dear Dr. Bess Crawford, Director of FAO Office of Innovation, Dr. Silva Rajo, the Head of FAO Research and Extension Unit, and top Executive Secretary, dear Dr. Atif Suelim, Office of Innovation, OINR FAO, dear Dr. Rida Shibli, Executive Secretary of AARINENA, dear Dr. Nail Zahir, IP expert, Mark Gordon, dear Dr. Muhammad Malkawi, Mrs. Wafa, IT expert. I would like to warmly welcome you all to this very important webinar entitled Enhancing Knowledge Sharing in Support of Agricultural Innovation as part of the activities of the Date Palm Innovation Platform project, which is cordially funded by FAO. As we all know, that innovation platform has become one of the most important of technology, collective actions, and transforming the agri-food system along the value chains. For instance, in Sudan, innovation platform, which was firstly adopted in 2011 in a wheat project supported by the African Development Bank named SART-SC, and technically backstopped by ICADA and CIMIT, which all the relevant stakeholders along the value chains, farmers, of course, at the center, the researchers, the input suppliers, the financial institutions, insurance body, processors, civil society, women and youth, policymakers, we're all involved from the start, from the planning up to the processing and marketing. The results were doubling the average yield of wheat from 2 tons per hectare to 4 tons per hectare in a 3-year time. Moreover, convincing the millers that they were believing that the wheat produced from Sudan is of bad quality, milling quality. But of course, it was a matter of sufficient grain moisture content for the milling. In fact, when they know this fact, in fact, they gain more from the wheat produced from Sudan, since they have to add water to increase the moisture content of the Sudanese, the locally produced wheat, in order to make it millable. So more outputs from the wheat grown from Sudan as compared to those important ones. The success story of the IP in wheat in Sudan encouraged the government of Sudan at higher political levels to support its communalization or repetition in other important food and cash crops. As we all know, the palm in MENA region, nutritionally, economically, and socially, and even religiously. It is the tree that resemble human being, and that if you cut its head, the apical bud, it will die. We all believe that there is an urgent need to FAO and AARINENA come together in an endeavor to accomplish this objective through the PAN Innovation Platform project, which is financially and technically supported by FAO. I would like to seize this opportunity to thank very much FAO Office of Innovation for the right away welcoming and supporting the process of establishing this important PAN Innovation Platform project in the region and financing these activities. To this end, I would like to thank Dr. the Director of FAO Innovation Office, Dr. Atif Suweli, for supporting the initiatives of the Secretary of TABI and sharing of experiences and knowledge on IP, CDIS, and TABI PD is highly acknowledged. Of course, we are all looking forward to your all continuous collaboration and support to help achieving our common goals, including the SDGs of relevant to both of us. We'd also like to thank Dr. Rida, the Executive Secretary of AARINENA, Dr. Nail, and the Turks IT expert, Dr. Muhammad and Wafa, for their tremendous effort in developing and running the platform. Last but not least, I would like to thank you all, partners, members, participants, for your collaboration, support, and understanding. To close, I wish you all a successful and fruitful meeting. And thank you all. Over.
Thank you, Dr. Adil, for these nice words and for welcoming the group of the people who are really put a lot of effort in order to establish and to get the platform a reality now. The officer in charge of innovation at FAO, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. And dear distinguished participants and colleagues, welcome to today's side event on date palm research and innovation platform. And I'd very much like to thank AARINENA for the organization of this side event to demonstrate the importance and the function of this platform. This side event is part of FAO's Science and Innovation Forum for 2022, which is highlighting the centrality of science, technology, and innovation for agri-food systems transformation. We at the FAO Office of Innovation are committed to supporting members in transforming their agricultural innovation systems and national agricultural research and extension systems to meet the current and future challenges by developing tools, methods, and innovation hubs to scale out technologies and increase their availability to producers. We collaborate with a wide range of national, regional, and international research for development organizations. One example is our good collaboration with AARINENA, who has a large network or agricultural research alliance in the Near East and North Africa region. AARINENA and FAO have long-term ties going back to the 1980s. We are pleased to collaborate with AARINENA for the establishment and operationalization of this multi-stakeholder regional knowledge hub, which aims at producing the date palm integrated production system in the NENA region through ICT solutions. Therefore, we encourage all stakeholders to take an active part in it for wider benefits to all. The platform expects to be an information and knowledge hub that effectively connects relevant stakeholders, the available knowledge, information, and technical innovations related to the date palm value chain, including production issues such as red palm weevil, pollination, irrigation management, etc. The innovation platform will also actively contribute and promote regional and international date palm related events. We would be delighted to have ongoing communication with you and keep you informed of the evolution of the platform development. Your contribution is extremely important and valuable. In this respect, we believe that AARINENA will be a great support in mobilizing dialogues, knowledge exchange, and partnerships in a collective process to operationalize the established innovation platform to strengthen the capacity of smallholder farmers, as well as all relevant stakeholders. Finally, I'd like to thank Khalifa International Award for their support to this platform and hosting the launch during the opening ceremony of the 7th International Date Palm Conference earlier this year on March 14th. I wish you all a very successful and fruitful seminar. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Beth. And actually, I would like also to thank very much the FAO office, and your unit, the Research and Extension Unit as well, for the support of the platform. And actually, Dr. Silveraggio and Dr. Atif, they have been with us all the time, and we have many, many meetings and discussions in order to get the work done on time and on schedule. To start with, I will be giving a short presentation about AARINENA's role in research innovation. So I will share the screen. Okay. Is my screen clear? Okay. So AARINENA's role in research and innovation, and I would like to start with a lot of thanks to the FAO for having us in this side event in the Science and Innovation Forum. So AARINENA vision aspires to be the hub for NENA agricultural stakeholders who strive to jointly strengthen and transform agricultural research and innovation to effectively address challenges and realize together sustainable, inclusive, and prosperous future for the region. For the mission as a unique network of representative multi-sector partners, AARINENA promotes and facilitates the development of state-of-the-art transformational solutions that enable NENA agriculture research and innovation system to address more effectively critical and pressing agricultural and innovation challenges. In this respect, AARINENA focuses on mobilizing dialogue, knowledge exchange, and partnership over collective actions, empowering rural women, youth, and smallholder farmers, impacting policies and strengthening capacities of NENA agricultural and innovation systems. Actually, AARINENA has 4 sub-regions who are members in AARINENA. We have the Maghreb sub-region, we have the Nile Valley sub-region, Mashriq sub-region, Arabian Peninsula sub-region, and West Asia sub-region. And we have almost about 27 different NARCs from those regions and members who are working jointly with AARINENA all the time. AARINENA actually is now conducting its, implementing its strategy for the period 2019-2030. And we have actually the first goal in the strategy is to establish AARINENA as a global knowledge platform to facilitate, mobilize, and coordinate multilateral exchange and dissemination of actionable, specific, and transversal knowledge among stakeholders at South-South and South-North levels. Also, AARINENA works in its strategy to support and enhance multi-stakeholders partnership over collective dialogues and action, aiming at a collective building up open system of agricultural research and innovation that are more effective in finding innovative and applicable solutions. Also, facilitate and coordinate education and capacity strengthening of various partners to enable them to communicate and interact effectively with agricultural research and innovation open systems. And actually in this direction, we work with the Arab Universities Associations and we have a good collaboration with them for the agricultural education, transforming agriculture, higher education in agriculture as well. This will include promoting the transformation of higher education and research and reforming research and innovation organizations and their governance in alignment with the goal of developing efficient open system and in accordance with the agreed upon ARINENA mission and goal. The other goal is to contribute to advancing rural women, youth, and smallholder farmers along the agricultural value chain through promoting collective action among open agricultural research and innovation systems that prepare this targeted population for employment and entrepreneurial opportunities. And actually, we are focusing a lot now in the entrepreneurial opportunities, and within our work with universities now, almost every university now is giving a course in entrepreneurship in order to get the young people really very acquainted with innovation, entrepreneurship, startups, and spin-offs. So in this case, in order to improve their income, enable them to impact relevant policies and make rural areas attractive to them. Also, strengthening the architecture of ARINENA to enable the fora to perform and realize its review mission, goals, and expected outcomes and impacts. And we have an executive committee who are following up actually on the aspect could work in its architecture to get the objective, the goals done the right manner. We have many, and one of them is the Date Palm Network. We have Olive Network, the Medicinal and Aromatic Plants Network, Water Use Efficiency Network, Agriculture Biotechnology, Plant Genetic Resources Extension Network, where we have two sub networks here, honeybees and agribusiness, Animal Production Network, Cactus Network, and Forgotten Food, Neglected Crops, and Underutilized Species Network. And actually, this network is a new one established after our work with GFAR on the manifesto of neglected and underutilized species and the forgotten food. And actually, each one of those networks has a coordinator from the NARCs in the NENA region, where they are doing a lot of work with workshops, lectures, presentations, exchange of information, and exchange of scientific materials, etc. I'm not going to go in depth with every network, but I would like just to show you here that the Date Palm Network is one of the active networks coordinated by Dr. Muhammad Kamal from Egypt. And actually, they have a lot of activities. You might see some of these activities even across countries or sometime at the level of every country to discuss different aspects, including the platform and other domains. So actually, this is one of the active networks. They are doing a lot of things in research and also in the extension areas, etc. So one of the projects which we conducted and we are still working on it is the Date Palm Innovation Platform, and the work actually was close by hand with Dr. Atif and Dr. Silveraju. And so at the beginning, today it will be discussed. So we established the platform, and today we are going through the process of also having a mobile application, which will be discussed in today's activity. The platform was launched in Abu Dhabi, and actually we thank Khalifa International Award for hosting us and to really launch the platform in front of a huge number of people who are attending and people who are working in Date Palm per se. So this is actually the time when we launched it in front of the people in that conference. Also now we are working on the manifesto of forgotten foods, and Dr. Adil actually is leading this work with GFAR. And now we are preparing a project which we will actually submit for the region, but also we are working jointly by other people in the in this aspect, like APARI, FAO, and other institutions. We are working on the forgotten food. Also, we have a project now we are conducting now with GFAR on digital agriculture. 3 countries, we have Jordan, Egypt, and Tunisia. We have started the survey in those countries now, and we are working actually involved a survey and study on attitudes and challenges of small-scale farmers toward digital agriculture in those countries. to identify good practice for an inclusive digital transformation of agriculture. And we all believe digital agriculture is going to be the future of agriculture, and we have to move ahead in this direction. So AARINENA actually is putting a good effort in this direction. So I will stop here. This is just a brief introduction about AARINENA, and I will go now to Dr. Silveraju. And Dr. Silveraju Ramesmari, actually, we would like first to thank you for the many efforts you are putting with us in actually in the platform and also in collaboration with FAO. So Dr. Silveraju will talk about the FAO experience in innovation platforms and knowledge. And Dr. Silveraju is a senior agriculture officer at the Research and Extension Unit at the FAO. Dr. Silveraju, please, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Rita and colleagues. Good morning to you all. So, yes, I'll share the presentation now. So, are you seeing my presentation?
Yes, please.
Okay.
You might just put in the full screen.
Okay, thank you, colleagues, and thank you, Dr. Rita, for this opportunity to share some of our experiences, especially focusing on two knowledge platform that we have been managing for quite some time. So FAO's experience in innovation platforms and knowledge sharing. Two examples I'm going to talk. One is the Tapipedia, which is part of a multi-stakeholder mechanism of a G20 MAX meeting of agriculture chief scientists under G20 that was initiated in 2012. And there's another one which is more of a good practices rather than innovation platform. Good practice of technologies in 11 different categories of the thematic areas that we have been part of. I think this is a best example. The lessons learned and experiences from these platforms were also useful when we had initial discussion with AARINENA about establishing a data farm innovation platform, especially focusing on research and also extension services, how best we can bring together the research and extension services working on data farm innovation platform and how this could link with other existing networks in the region. So why sharing knowledge and reach out in agricultural innovation or outreach in agricultural innovation? Of course, there is no specific reason. Of course, innovation is very fundamental now to take care of multiple issues, multiple problems that agriculture and agri-food systems in a broader perspective is facing. So we need to accelerate the pace, widen the breadth and scope of innovations in agri-food systems. The innovation really can contribute to remove the barriers to move forward, to addressing issues and also achieving the SDGs, etc. So knowledge on innovations and innovation processes is crucial at all levels. So the platforms can provide the enough knowledge and also provide an opportunity to share the experiences through the existing networks. So the innovations can be in the partnerships, policies, or technologies, or it can also be the social dimension. So there are 5 different categories or 5 different typologies of innovations are being addressed by FAO in all our programmatic areas of interventions. So how to enhance the impact of knowledge on innovation? Of course, the innovations and technology should be available, accessible, and affordable. And these technologies and practices should be suitable for the smallholder context, where our focus is mainly on enhancing the access of innovation and information services to the smallholder farmers. And this should also contribute to address the main problems and finding solutions. And this should be localized and co-creation is also an aspect that we have been promoting in the context of agricultural innovation systems. So how best we can bring in different actors, the different agri-food system actors, that includes agricultural education, agricultural research, agricultural extension services, breeding institutions, farmers organizations, and farmers themselves. Farmers at the center, how these different actors can contribute to co-create knowledge and co-create innovation. So that is the that is being promoted, and we have several projects at the field level focusing on agricultural innovation systems, strengthening the capacity of agricultural innovation system, focusing on the functional capacity, not on the technical capacity per se, but more focus is on the functional capacity, how to collaborate, how to navigate complex institutional landscapes at the regional as well as at the national level, and how can we share experiences, and how these experiences from the field can be integrated into the policy processes, and also vice versa, how this can be converted into on-the-ground actions. So the co-creation of knowledge is extremely important, that ensures that different actors are part of the process, so that the action could be quicker and reasonably relevant to address some of the specific problems. Coming to the first one, Tapipedia, that I mentioned, this is a knowledge sharing platform of the partners, and we have about 53 partners now. And the products are available in 3 languages, more than 3,500 resources, and taxonomy of 54 terms used to tag and filter them. During the COVID period in the last 2 years, it was, when beginning of 2020, there were about 100 resources. We could be able to increase these resources to 3,500 within this 2 years. There were 264 sources identified and covering 186 countries, and more than 74 organizations contributed to this portal. TAP resources, we also use this platform to disseminate the TAP resource that includes the Tropical Agriculture Platform. As I mentioned, Tropical Agriculture Platform is multi-stakeholder facilitation mechanism. The main focus of the TAP is to strengthen the functional capacity of agricultural innovation systems. So we have developed several resources from 2016 onwards that includes a common framework, and also facilities and tools, and capacity development for AES. So there is a sequential steps how to address this particular capacity development, the functional capacity development, which is very unique. And most often when we say capacity development, we focus on the technical capacities, but we often ignore the functional capacity. So this particular objective of the TAP, which fills the very important essential gap that exists among the agricultural innovation systems at the country level. The Tapipedia network has mentioned 74 organizations working in the field of agricultural innovation, and this includes the partners or the partners of our partners. So our partners, for example, AARINENA is one of the major partner of TAP, and the partners of AARINENA is also part of this network. They contribute to the resources. So all the regional research and extension organizations are part of the TAP, and we have currently about 53 members contributing to the TAP related processes, including governance and also steering committee, etc. Who can join in this network? This includes agriculture research, education extension institutions, private sector, civil society, farmers organizations, and others. And then the next one is the technologies and practice for smallholder agriculture produce. It's not specifically focusing on the innovation, but this focuses on much broader good practices of agriculture. This was initiated in 2002 and managed by FAO's Research and Extension. And now this is under Office of Innovation now. And the platform offers a systematic and user-friendly online archive of technologies and practices. As I mentioned before, it covers 11 different thematic areas, including climate change. One of the thematic areas is on beekeeping good practices. So the platform was revamped in 2020, in the beginning of half of 2020, adding some functionalities, especially to archive and also to the portal. TECA makes available practical information on proven location-specific practices. The technologies which were proven and implemented at the field level, we extend experiences and also the methodologies followed to implement the practices, and this is incorporated into the portal. So it's not just archiving the practices, but the practices have to be tested, field tested, and the necessary experiences gained from the field testing is taken back and incorporated into the TECA portal. Technologies and practices from a wide range of regions and countries are made available in different languages. We have English, French, and Spanish, and there are few technologies which are available in Portuguese as well. Categories I mentioned: agricultural mechanization, beekeeping, capacity development, climate change adaptation and disasters reduction, crop production, fishery, aquaculture, forestry, livestock production, natural resource management, nutrition, post-harvest and marketing. There are 11 categories of practices available in the portal. So the workflow is we issue open call, and every year we do it. We seek and organizations, and we receive the submissions, and this is sent to the FAO experts for evaluation and feedback received again from FAO experts, and they approve the practice to be integrated into the portal. So we follow a systematic process to make sure that these practices and technologies are having a technical rigor in terms of applicability and relevance to the smallholder farmers. We also issue a periodical TECA newsletter that features the most important and also the new technologies incorporated into the portal. And we also announce several related activities carried out by the partners. So this is issued 4 times a year: January, April, July, and October. So these are the partners, some of the TECA partners, and we have more than 100 of them now. They have contributed to the portal. So with this, thank you so much for your active participation. Best of luck. Over to you, moderator. Dr. Rita, please.
Thank you, Dr. Selvaraju, for this actually comprehensive presentation. And actually, we really enjoy the activities and enjoy everything in the Typedia and the TECA, because they are very, very helpful actually. And when I look at the last slide, I can see everybody there. Our next contribution will be about the approach of the platform for agricultural innovation systems. And it will be shared between Atif Swalem from the FAO and Dr. Nail Zahir, who is a rural development and agri-food business expert at NARC in Jordan. So I think Dr. Nail will be presenting this. Dr. Nail.
Okay, one second. Mute yours, it's muted. Oh, put it down. Should I start?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Rida. So good morning, everyone. My name is Nail Zahir. So I would like to talk about the conceptual framework and the approach of the innovation platform. And sharing these little information also and the thoughts of my colleagues, Dr. Rida and Dr. Atif. Since we are talking about science and innovation forum, and we're doing these side events ahead of the FAO Science and Innovation Forum, so it's worthy to talk about some innovations in the agricultural system. And one of these innovation tools and means is the innovation platforms, is the digital platforms. So what are the innovation platforms? So there are approaches or a business model to enhance the multi-stakeholders collaboration in the agriculture research for development. And they facilitate interactions and collaboration among diverse stakeholders from researchers, academics, producers, government organizations, non-government organizations, entrepreneurs, and innovators in the agricultural system. And these platforms can be specific for crops, for issues or problems in the industry, in the agricultural industry. And so the mind or the objectives in our mind for these innovation platforms to utilize any new and even existing knowledge, and these can be technological or innovation, knowledge, information for socioeconomic development and the livelihood of rural people, let me say, and agricultural people. So again, what are these innovation platforms? So it's an online space. So there are virtual platforms and where we bring a group of people, as I mentioned, from diverse backgrounds and diverse organizations and different diverse expertise, and they have the same interest. And more specifically, if we talk about the date palm industry, we're talking about the date palm crop. And so we are bringing all these stakeholders in the NENA region. They have the same interest with different backgrounds in science and innovation. Some of them, they have backgrounds in plant production, good agricultural practices, plant pathology, entomology, plant genetic resources, plant breeding, agri-food systems, and those people, our stakeholders, come together to collaborate, interact on this online space. So to diagnose for sure specific issues, problems, identify opportunities in the date palm industry, for example. So the conceptual framework for the innovation platform, when we talk about the sustainability and growth of date palm product, this continued innovation where we rising problems and improving the quality and increasing the quantity of the date. So this has to be or coming from these stakeholders who has a passion and desire to engage, to collaborate in these innovation platforms. So there are a means of collaboration among all of these stakeholders in the NENA region. So innovation platforms help and alleviate funds. For example, in the date palm icon or forum for funders, where researchers or projects where researchers can come together and form a consortium to design a research project and implement this research project. And for sure, from the beginning, they can alleviate funds through different organizations. And also funders, they can post or put their call for proposals, for example, through these digital or innovation platforms, and then they are obvious and can be seen by all members in these digital platforms. So also identifying research priorities related to innovation, access knowledge, and modern technology from global, regional, and national research centers. We are also aim to update and enforce laws and legislation, of course, because we have in these forums also within the innovation platforms, a forum for policy makers and decision makers where they can implement or update any policy issues and legislation and regulations related to the industry. So, so we are talking about, finally, we're talking about a model, a business model that we aim to achieve in agriculture research for development and for development. So we're talking about outcomes and impacts of the knowledge, the information that comes out of these researchers, academics, even producers. When they have problems, issues in the field, they can share these information with other people and interact. And then it's easier for me while I'm sitting in Jordan, for example, to know what people are doing in Egypt or Algeria without going physically to that country. And interact easily with them. So the objective is to generate realistic expectations. So we want to be also rational and realistic in expectation from these innovation platforms because there is something can and cannot achieve through these innovation platforms. At the end, they are consuming significant times, energy, and other resources to bring all stakeholders to make these stakeholders contribute, participate, engage in these innovation platform. We thought at the beginning from the project, for example, in the Date Palm Innovation Platform, thinking that there is a huge knowledge waste produced locally, and there is also existing knowledge that produced knowledge, but it's not turned out into innovation, is not disseminated, is not diffused. These innovations are not diffused also to the stakeholders. So that's why we came up with our proposals to create this innovation platform. So the role of AARINENA, it's part of this innovation platform, and Dr. Rida talked about it. So what are the rationale? We need to know also what are the expected functions of the platform, what can innovation platform achieve efficiently, and what are innovation platform but particularly useful. So I won't go through this. Dr. Rida is giving me an alert that 2 minutes probably. So the expected functions of the platform, there is demand articulation, inclusive and participatory action, operationalizing experimental learning. Moreover, so there is also policy innovation and new business models, network brokering, capacity building, innovation process management, knowledge brokering. And let me say, by the FAO and the TAB, the Tropical Agriculture platform, on their reports and on their publications. also here what can in a short term, it's generating knowledge and disseminating this knowledge, and probably also diffusing these innovations to the stakeholders. And it's part of it also capacity building and entrepreneurial skills, policy development, and resource mobilization. At the end, well, what are the innovation platforms particularly useful for? So they are for the socioeconomic developments, and there is interest between the stakeholders in particular problem or solutions, and then they can benefit from the synergies inside the specific analysis. So I'll skip this slide also. Here I'll show you even in the blue circle how is the innovation platforms are important in the agricultural innovation system, where it's embedded in the system for the benefit of the livelihood system in the whole system agriculture. So with that, I'll end my presentation, and if there is anything, probably a few minutes, if Dr. Atif wants to share his thoughts on this.
Thank you
also.
very much,
Thank you.
Dr. Ned, for this comprehensive.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you very much for Nail for this presentation about the concept of the platforms and the innovation platforms. And now I will move to Dr. Mohammed Malkawi and Ms. Wafa Msallam. And Dr. Malkawi, actually, he was the one, along with Wafa and another colleague, who were working by day on the establishment and the of the platform IT and ICT point of view. So Dr. Malkawi and Wafa, they will be talking about the physical and governance structure model of the research, technology, and innovation data PALM platform, and the mobile application, which we are now working to develop a mobile application. So Dr. Mohammed, please, the floor is yours. Dr. Malkawi.
Sure, thank you. But I thought Dr. Atif was trying to say something while you were talking.
Okay, Dr. Atif, do you want
Thank you very much. Thank you. I want to save time, and I think you know, Dr. Nair covered the thing. But just to highlight this, the importance of why we did this platform, or why we thought about this platform, given the fact that you know, date palm production system now it's increasing and has a very high potential in the region. And the potential is increasing with time due to the, you know, as everybody knows that the date palm trees themselves, they are very tolerant to harsh conditions, and also to the drought, the salinity, and also in soil quality problems. So it's kind of, and those are the challenges that every region now facing. So date palm potential to increase in the region is very high. So, and there are many organizations and research institutions, they are in a daily basis generate a lot of knowledge and technologies, innovations, but are scattered and they are not channelized in one information flow that can producer get benefit of it. So the platform is to try as much as possible to consolidate all this information, to have it in one channel, that if farmers or producers or processors, they want to get some information directly from researchers or extensionists, so they can communicate easily on time and get the timely advices. If researchers, they have a good ideas that can be turned into a projects and to develop the sector, so they can communicate easily with the donors and funding agencies to get the fund for their projects. So it's a multi-stakeholders that everybody can share the information, so work together. So this was the idea, how to collectively work in the same areas that we help each other. So this was the concept behind establishing this platform. And this platform is not just like kind of consolidating the information only, but also how to use it. This is the challenge, how to really keep it sustainable and continuously benefiting the producers later on after it's fully established. So this is what I think going to see from the presentation from Dr. Malkawi. Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Red. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Atif. Thank you very much. Dr. Malkawi, please.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Rida, Dr. Atif, Dr. Nail, and everybody. I'm not going to name everybody for the sake of time, not for the sake of being and I'd like to say I will go directly to the platform instead of going through the slide presentation. Dr. Nail took care of that very good. I have with me engineer Ms. Wafa Msallam, who is the main developer for the platform, and engineer Mazen Bashrahil, who is the development engineer for the application. And we will be looking at both the platform and the application in a second. If engineer Mazen and Wafa would like to introduce yourself for few seconds with your view, so that we know that we all are not robots, we are real people who develop robotic things. So where is I think Wafa?
Hello.
Yes, this is Wafa speaking. She is real.
Welcome to all of you. I am engineer Wafa Msallam. I'm the developer of the platform web application or website. Unfortunately, the camera is not working today, so today I will rely on audio and sharing. I don't know why my camera is not working today.
I will take care of that, Wafa, don't worry. Mazen, are you there?
Yeah, welcome for all. I'm Mazen Bashrahil, engineer from CCT, and I'm develop the mobile application of the PLAM platform.
Okay, thank you. Mazen is our application developer. He developed several applications for our organizations. So let me go directly now, share my screen, and share my screen, which is, I think this is the one. Yes. All right. Now, one thing I just want to say for Dr. Rida, Dr. Atif, and the rest, it has been already more than 6 months since we developed the platform. We have quite few visitors here. If you see that down, I am visitor number 1919. The membership is still relatively low. We are still below 200. I think this platform really should be populated more, because there are lots of things which are happening at the platform. So I hope with the support and the power of all the organizations, including AARINENA and the FAO and the rest of the organizations here, without naming everyone, we can collaborate to bring more people to collaborate here. Why? Because the platform was developed from scratch to be interactive, collaborative. I know there are many platforms in the area in the same field, with the agriculture in general, the date palm trees in particular, but this one has some unique feature, which includes this guy, the forums here to the left, and includes the projects here to the right. And in between, these are static information like resources, what resources we have, which Dr. Nail talked about. So let's say if I click on the resources, it shows we can add links here. We can like TAPI PDA Network, the Khalifa International Award, some small agricultural producers, technologies here, AARINENA, some videos which have been collected from previous meetings, presentations on science and innovation, publications, webinars. So all of these resources, and we can enhance that. So this is static. You can add them. You can share the resources with each other. So it's nice. We have the stakeholders, who are the stakeholders of people who are interested in this one. Let me increase my fonts here, and I hope that's why it's only 90%. Okay. So we categorize the people who are supposedly the stakeholders of the platform, the main users and contributors. We have a cross-cutting group, which means it's across all areas. We have specifically for researchers and research institutions, at academic institutions, people who are looking for solutions for problems. They have their group here, and they can collaborate with their own forum, which I will show. We have the producers / farmer. Now, producers include the farmers, include manufacturers who, let's say, produce products out of dates, like the oil, etc., maybe vitamins. There are all types of industries around this, and they can become part of this group. And beneath here, we have the button for joining. Let's say, now to join the group, you have to sign in. You have to be a member of the platform, of course. Then you can join any of these groups. And each group has an admin who would either accept you or not accept you based on certain criteria. And joining is free until now. So we'll ask the people, please hurry up and sign before we start charging lots of money. No, I'm just joking here. I don't think Dr. Rida is going to charge people for joining groups here.
No, there will be no charge at all.
Okay, good. And there is the other groups, the funding. This is funding agencies. I think I will ask my colleagues with the development. We need to change this from funders, because sometimes funders looks like synonym to fungus. Sorry about that, but this should be funding agencies. So these funding agencies or organizations like the EU, like the FAO itself, like all types of United Nations organizations, World Bank, they can be here, and we can allow them to have their own place, so they can, we can contact them, they can contact us, and we can collaborate in a much easier manner. We have government organizations, we have non-government organizations, groups, also entrepreneurs, exporters, traders, the ones who felicitate the industry of the date palm, who can sell and buy and export, import, etc. And then technical and expertise group that probably would include us, the people who are doing the platform here. So we have these stakeholders. And now this is fine. So I can register. Here I can sign in. You can encourage your people, your colleagues to sign in. By the way, I just consulted with my engineer, Wafa, and she told me that now we have 135 active users, but we have rejected about 450, let's call them those who do not belong. So we have a system that allow us to verify the identity of the person who is trying to join. So we don't want people to join simply for the sake of looking for platforms, maybe hacking, maybe collecting information. They don't belong to the organization or the date palm, to these stakeholders. So we do have this very intelligent system to make sure that we only host people who belong to the industry. We don't host people they do not belong. And of course, we get the rules and the policies from the main owners of the platform, which is not us. This is I think AARINENA and the FAO and the other organizations will support that. So this is the stakeholders. Now, to the left here, this is the forums, and here the projects. The details. One of the main benefits of this platform is to allow us to collaborate on certain projects. For example, a couple of researchers, they need to develop a proposal for the EU in order to solve certain issues in especially now with the environment and the climate change and the impact on the palm trees, or maybe even I was discussing one potential project with one of my colleagues to be able to detect the climate change, the impact of climate change on soil for the past maybe 1,000 years. And the palm trees are one of those trees which live very long time, and they do carry certain information. So let's say I need to collaborate on this project. Where do I get my colleagues? I get them from the stakeholders. Where in the stakeholders? Maybe in the researcher group. And then we can develop a project. And with this project, once we develop the infrastructure, we contact the funding agencies here, which we have. We know that these funding agencies are interested and concerned about farming issues. So this is something, but because this one requires a bit more explanation, so I don't want to spend much time here, but if we have any group or any individual researcher who wants to know specific how to do that, how to divide the project into tasks, how to communicate with other people and to make timelines, we can help. Myself and Ms. Wafa and Mr. Mazen, Engineer Mazen, we are here always to support and help, even above and beyond the period of this project. So this is, having said that, let me go back now to the forums here. That's what allow the platform to be interactive. And again, I have small font size. Let me increase it a little bit so we can see it. Okay. So these forums are designed to be centric to the stakeholder groups. Like this is the cross-cutting forum. Cross-cutting means across all areas, the researchers, the funding agencies, the farmers, they all can participate in this general forum, if you will. And the topics here, there, if you could see, there is a topic, and the one who adds a topic, if you are member of the group, and you can join the group. Remember earlier when I write here, when you go to the stakeholders, you can join the group there, which I said you can join free for the group. So if you are part of the group, you can add a topic. And once you add the topic, all the people within the group, they will see your topic, they can interact with it, they can reply. Unfortunately, we still have very low participation, but let's say issues about gender, for example, there are I think 2 users here who are actively participant in this group. 157 views, we can see 2 replies, and the date which was created here. We can see that. There was this Sokoto youth create alternative sweetener for sugar. Okay, so this talks about innovation. Not many replies, only 2 viewers. The legislations and regulations had the largest number of viewers, but no replies, and so on. So this is a group. Again, there is another forum here. This is for researchers and extension forum. This has more topics you could see because it's obvious. Research is very intensive. Research on water. Can we have the muted, please? Those who are on the phone or who talk, that will allow us to continue. So this it has topics, again, water, plant pathology, promising technologies and innovations. And we see the participation in terms of views, very few replies still, very few users active.
Please, everybody, if you have microphone.
So this is one of the most important topics or forums, I believe, that allow the platform to grow and to interact between researchers of the same within this field, which is the date palm fields. The issues have to do with the nutrition, health, certain diseases, and so on. The producers and farmers also, there is a forum here. And I think we did something good here with the help of Dr. Rida and Dr. Nael, that we need a place for the people who are really stand behind the industry, who produce and farm, to be part of this platform to show their concerns, their wows, things which need solutions like soil salinity, some inquiries about farms, pest management, farm management, etc., ergonomic and cultural practices. All of these issues, they can be of particular importance. The funding agencies forum, this is the topics. Someone is interested in seeing seed money for entrepreneurs. There are many views, but there are very few replies, no specifics here. And we have not, or people have not added more topics to be seen. I would like to see here some specific ideas about which need funding, so it would attract the attention of the funding agencies. Sometimes funding agencies are looking for specific issues to fund. So hopefully if we come up with good issues here, we can attract the attention of these people, the funding agencies. Government organizations, we would like to see more participation here to encourage the interested or the government agencies or organizations which are of particular concern, like ministries of agriculture, ministries of irrigation, and maybe even the energy here. Sometimes if your farm consumes lots of energy, a couple of months ago when we were at this farm in Jordan around the Dead Sea Valley, where we saw there's lots of energy concerns. In fact, they built big solar energy, so you need some of the organizations that can guide you on how to save energy, how to use energy, water, etc., and so on. Non-government organizations, like many of you here, that you belong to non-government organizations, would like to see participants or topics to be added. And what we have, entrepreneurs forum, women and youth, promising technologies, etc. These are topics. So there are quite few, very interesting, and these forums, they allow us to interact and to see some solutions to some problems or to give us some guidance within this. Now, many people would say, look, we can do that at Facebook with pages, but Facebook has about 2.5 billion people, and maybe there are tens of thousands of similar groups. You get lost in this whole issue. This is very specific and particular to this issue specific to the date palm tree. So that's the type which we have, and we have, of course, here some statistics, the forums, topics, posts, online, how many people online now, how many members. We have 447 members, but not all of them are active. Some of them were rejected. I've just been updated with this, and there are some other statistics that we can see along the this platform. So this is the basic issues. Let me just view the projects here for a second, although I will not go in details here. Well, here I need I think, to log in. I am logged in, I believe. But let me see. What is this?
Because the projects need higher privilege, I think that you didn't have the full privilege to create projects.
Okay,
so
I
just
see.
You can log in, but you cannot use the project feature. So just I want to give you the higher privilege.
Okay. Okay, thanks, Wafa, for not allowing me the privilege of having a project. So, okay, good. That's good. That's a good idea, actually. It's good that we have, because projects are something that spends resources and time and collaboration. So you need some control here. All right, and right to the extreme right here, and that's for everybody. We have the sign in. If we are not, let's see. I think because I am already
Dr.
signed.
Gilan,
Yes.
the username.
Yes, Gilan 1957.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a second.
No, I don't need that now. Just we'll do it later, Wafa, because we are running out of time. But here, we allow the sign in for people to sign in from outside. And I think there was a time when the platform managers, they wanted to add people based on membership in AARINENA or in other places. So they can just add them onto the platform, or they allow people to sign in based on their own interest. Let them do the.
Dr. Muhammad, once anybody just to go there and register, we will get an email from them, and then we will send them a temporary password, and then after that they can change the password.
Okay, good. Yeah, but I thought also at one point you wanted to have bulk registration for from lists to add them to the platform. This is available. If you want to do that, I think we can facilitate it. Otherwise, as it's now, you sign in, you put your name, your email gets verified by AARINENA. And if it passes, then we can give you a password and you will be there. So this is the platform. It's up and running. It can be used. We can do with it whatever we want based on all of these features that we have. It does have the news and activities. That's for the main stakeholders here to add whatever news they want. So you have the news comes down. My system is a bit slow, but you can add the news as they come, and there will be some people inside the platform team who will do that. Now, if we have more time, we can show the
We
can
we
show
have
the
15
application.
minutes. You have 15 more minutes to show the application, please.
Okay. Mazen, are you ready? Can you show the application? Okay. I think you are a co-host.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Let me stop share. And Mazen, you can share your application, show us. I think before Mazen comes in, the application is almost an exact replica of the platform. It is just facilitate the user to use the app while on my phone rather than wait until I get behind my computer. But it has all the features of an app. It's an Android now. The version of the iPhone will be coming soon. So this is.
Yes. Okay. Actually, we have mobile application in Android platform. We can log in as a regular user or admin, and we can create a new account. And when the user forget his password, we can reset password. And first step, when the new user download the application from the App Store, he has to create a new account and log in from the login activity.
Mazen, can you put the link after you finish on the chat group?
Okay. Okay,
The
I will
link for this application.
The download link from Google Play to the chat.
Okay.
Actually, when you log into the mobile application, you show the dashboard of the mobile application. This for the admin to show all the users on the platform. This for the application, and actually now we have to link the data from the platform website and mobile application to show the all users that is linked or registered in platform. The next step, we have a news and activity of the platform. We can show it in mobile application. All the news of the platform as same as the platform website. In the next forms, we can show all the objects and researches from here and topics.
And you can interact here, right? Not only view. Mazen.
Okay. Stakeholder. You need more explain or what?
No, I was just saying, Mazen, with the forum, if you want to interact with the forum, reply or view or send, create a new topic. If you are part of the group, you can do that on the application, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
You can add it from the application immediately. Stakeholders. We have a lot of stakeholders. Admin can add any new of the stakeholder at any time and link it with website. And so more stakeholder. Yeah. And we have the resources to show mobile application linked with, also linked with the platform websites. Next step. We have the login. I think to show the last project in the platform. Sorry, I didn't, something wrong. Because I have role admin in this website. Show me. Okay. Okay, now we show the all of project in the platform, and we can post comment or make feeds. It's like this for projects. Also, we have notifications when we have event or meeting. We have add as notification for the user to enter the events. In the last, we have a room chat for the user to contact with the admin of the platform. Real-time chat. This is a speed overview of the mobile application. If anyone have any question.
I think on the chat, we have the link for both the platform and the application. So please, anybody could register and become a member with us in order to work together and to use the platform. Dr. Muhammad, back to you. Dr. Muhammad.
طيب. Thanks, Mazen. This is just in a nutshell the platform and the application. I think from my perspective as software architect and IT, this is one of the best platforms we did for Arab scientists and the faculty staff at all Arab universities. We have several other platforms, but this one is the one of the which has interactive project management, all of these things which are important for researchers and educators at all. And we stand here with my team to support and to support this platform and enhance it as much as possible with your guidance and recommendations. And thank you. I think we leave some. Go ahead, Doctor.
Thank you, Dr. Muhammad. Thank you. And before we go to the questions and answers and some getting some points from our colleagues, Dr. Atif, do you want to say something?
Thank you very much, Dr. Reda. This is really very impressive work, and I thank Dr. Malkawi and his team. This is excellent, and moving from portal to mobile app, this is really very great, opportunity for more interactive process, especially with the producers and farmers, so they can get easily and simply and quickly access to the information that they need, and also can communicate quicker as much as they can, because it's easier than to go through the portal. So mobile app is really will be very helpful. But the only thing that I tried when I saw the link in the chat box, I tried in my mobile to download it. I could not find it because I was writing it in English, Date Palm Innovation Platform, but I realized it's in Arabic. So so it would be good if you can really put it in both or just put it in English, so many people also can access it. So
we post the mobile application on upload, and we have Arabic and we translate to English to show. If your mobile English, you will show English, and if your mobile in language Arabic, you will show Arabic.
Thank you.
Thank you. Actually, today we have the discussion in English because we know we have people from everywhere with us. So, but actually there is a version in Arabic. So on the screen there is Arabic English, and the person can shift from one direction to another, and they can use either one. Actually, before I go to the questions, I would like to just say something. Please, the link for the platform and for the mobile application are on the chat. So I would like everybody to join us and registered with us so we can really utilize the platform. The other thing is many people joined us after we started, so I would like to welcome everybody also who joined us. Many people sent messages on the chat. Today we could not get to share some presentations or get some pictures because some people asked me if they can share some information on the screen because we are short in time. Actually, we just still have 30 minutes for discussion and for questions. But please, anyone who would like to give a presentation, give a lecture, a webinar, or if they have a training course on Date Palm, or if you would like to get together and do something like that, please contact us in AARINENA. We have a Date Palm network, and we are very active. Dr. Hajar and a group of people, Dr. Rahman and other people, usually they join us in many discussion or lectures, presentations, webinars, etc. So for anyone who would like to share with us anything or any problem or any research work or something like that, please just contact us, get together and discuss the subject. Also, I would like just to say that for the mobile application, we are still working with it. I mean, it's not yet finished. So we are still working on it. Now it's an Android system. Then we will go to other systems. I know mobile phones, we have the iPhones. So this version is not compatible, I think, to iPhones. But after we finish everything, then Dr. Muhammad and Mazen, they will have it to be accommodated by the different types of phones. So there will be no problem with that, because I think for the mobile phones, it's much easier to outreach just if you have your computer and use the platform itself. But either way, we would like people to join us and to utilize and get the benefits of the platform. Now, I think we have almost about 30 minutes before the end of our session today for discussion. So please, there is in the screen reactions. So if we can raise hands, so I can see who is raising the hand, and we can start taking your questions, and you can address your question to any one of the group to get the discussions going on. So now, Fadi, I think you have a question. Is that right?
Yes, صباحكم جميعا.
Before Fadi starts, actually, Fadi is the chairperson of the Arab Union for food industry. And also, I would like to have people from the industry joining us in the platform, because we would like people from the industry marketing. And Fadi is one of the active people in this direction. So Fadi, please, your question.
Thank you a lot. I am Secretary General in Arab Federation for Food Industry. Can I speak in Arabic or speak in English? What you want, Dr. Rida?
You prefer in English because we have many people. Yes.
Okay. I have one question. Will date become food for rich people, or will we find solution to still be food for the poor and the rich? According to our anticipation, Arab Federation for Food Industry, there is only interest in the how to marketing and maximize its added value. It's possible to set up a joint venture, a joint event between AARINENA and Arab Federation to invite only specialized to be direct to good nutrition through innovation and pioneering manufacturing. And I suggest that it be in the 3rd of month next year, in March next year, because now all people how to sell the date, how to only innovate in how to packing, but the most important, how to give the perfect nutrition from date. And now the price is very expensive, and the climate change, I think, I don't know, maybe Mr. Anwar will be answered. The farmer now no have water, and also the quantity of the date is decreased. The quality also is not same before. And thank you for all. You are intelligent, Dr. Rida, and Dr. Nail, and all participants. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. Actually, I would like to answer part of the question, and I might ask some other people to talk about it. Actually, looking at the food security issue in the region, and also the food security worldwide now, especially after the new dilemmas and the new crisis in the world. So I think date palm is one of the issues which we have to consider very much, because it's not a matter of getting sufficient food or getting the accessibility or the sustainability. It's a matter of the nutrients today. And I think even in the FAO now, they are working on the production and at the same time nutrition, because by the end we need people to get enough nutrients. Today in Jordan, for example, the obesity is becoming a problem, and it's not because people are eating a lot of food. It's just because people are eating imbalanced food, and they are not getting the right intakes of vegetables, intakes of fruits. So this is one of the situation. So I think Anwar Haddad is with us, and he is the chairperson of the Jordan Date Palm Association in Jordan. And I will come from this stage, I will come a joint event, if it's a workshop, or if you would like it to be a conference next year, if we can work together on date palm, because I know the value chain situation is one of the issues we have to talk about it. Marketing is another way we have to talk it. Industry, processing, all of these aspects. So yes, and I think in November there will be some kind of a seminar in Jordan on the festival of date palm, but that's going to move from one country to another country. But I think, yes, we need some activity, and let us maybe think of a conference of the value added and date palms, and AARINENA would be very happy to be with you and to share with that. I think Anwar Haddad, you are raising your hand, so please, the floor is yours.
Good time for everybody, and thank you for this fruitful session and presentations. Yes, thank you, Dr. Shibli, and all the speakers. I would like to thank also AARINENA for this huge work it's done by the team. I'll get back to your suggestion. Yes, we agree. We are ready, Dr. Shibli, to work together in such a workshop or a discussion, open discussion regarding what's happening along the value chain of dates in Jordan or even in the region. Regarding the whole day discussions and presentations, I would like to add something. It's very important, and there is a big responsibility on the shoulders of these platforms. It is not a matter only to communicate. It is not a matter of sitting together. Sometimes when we are talking about this profile of people, the farmers, who are the pillars of such work, as well as the researchers, all the stakeholders. I think sometimes we have to go for a kind of coaching through this platforms. So I would like to add something. If we could find a place or a category just for coaching problems and ask and answer, because this will activate those platforms and make it more active and more productive. Rather, we are complaining sometimes from low interactive between all the parties. The other thing is sometimes it's very important to put all stakeholders together in one group. Yes, I'm with categorization because the terms and the terms of discussion and will be different according to each category. But sometimes we would like to put all the stakeholders in one group, because everybody will be interacted. Everybody, suppose sometimes we are discussing a farmer issues, at the same time this is affected or affects by the exporters or for marketing agents or distributors or the researchers in the middle of that. So I don't know how this. I will leave this for Dr. Malkawi and for AARINENA to think about it. We may discuss it separately.
Sure.
But regarding the marketing and what's happening in the as a result of the climate change nowadays, one of the main findings that have been reached this season because of the climate change. Yes, we have a delay in the season in the region. I've been in Egypt yesterday. There was an opportunity to meet a lot of people from the region, and we were discussing the delay of the season. Not then we have this problem, and still we are facing this season, and I don't know if we may face it in the next season or the coming years. Probably the climate change, yes, and we have to find the answers to the farmers. And the marketing is one issue. The climate change effect is another issue. For Jordan, we have a huge demand, or even in the region, even in Egypt. I've been talking to many people. There is a huge demand on dates, high quality dates. This is the key issue. We have to maintain the high quality. Otherwise, there is a lot of dates in the world. The world is producing 9 million tons, while the marketing or the exported amounts is not exceeding 1.54 million tons. So there is about 6 million tons either consumed locally or losses or animal feeds. The quality is the answer, as well as putting all the stakeholders, including the marketing agents and distributor, together with the growers, helps a lot. This we feel this in Jordan during the last 3 years through the international festival, when we bring the growers with the buyers. There's a lot of deals, a lot of selling, and I think the demand in Jordan has been duplicated in the last 2-3 years. The global market is huge. Now, I think it's the responsibility of the NGOs, the responsibility of farmer organizations, as well as the private sector. Investment in marketing is one of the answers. There is a lot could be said in this area. I would like just to share with you my respect to what you are doing, but I think this is one part of the effort should be done. Face-to-face work with the farmers, with the stakeholders is very important also, and it should work. It should be going in parallel with the efforts of digital efforts. Thank you very much, Dr. Shah.
Thank you very much, Mohandes Anwar, for this information. And actually, yes, for the platform we are working, and this is actually a dynamic platform. So all the time you can add new things and you can improve it. Also, from everybody who is hearing us now and who is sharing with us today this discussion, please get to the platform, look at the platform. If you have any comments to improve the platform, that would be very good for us, because it's a dynamic, not static platform. The other thing which I'd like to say, I think from the over the maybe 3-4 years working with the network of Date Palm and getting with many discussions with Khalifa International Award for Date Palms and with the many colleagues, I think, yes, there is a need in the region for maybe a conference or a workshop on the value chain and the added value for the date palm, because yes, it's not a matter of just selling dates itself and how to, but it's a matter of really how to make an industry from dates, how to go. And I think Dr. Hajar at once, she presented for us some kind of drinks she's making from the dates. And so this is what I think we have to move. Today with us, we have many people from different organizations, starting with the major umbrella, the FAO. So I think we might think somehow, maybe for next year, if we can really organize a workshop and it's oriented for the value chain and the added value, and we get experts, people who are working in that direction, and then get the people together to talk about these things and really how to get new innovations, how to get new business from dates. It's not only a matter of dates, it's a matter also of the byproducts of dates. The byproducts of dates also, they can be a great business for us. Okay, Dr. Atif, you would like to say something?
Thank you very much, Dr. Reda. Yes, from what colleagues said, and it's really very challenging that nowadays also the challenges are very dynamic. So we have to be dynamic as well. The challenges are very interlinked and multiple everywhere. So we have also to put this in consideration. And what Mr. Anwar and Mr. Fadi said, that really confirms the importance of the Date Palm innovation platform and the importance of consolidate all these technologies, innovations, good practices for farmers, because nowadays the importance of Date Palm as a food quality and quantity and the nutritional content of it's increasing. And while the environment to produce it's challenging and decreasing now and declining in terms of water resource, in terms of salinization, in terms of climate change. So this information, if we consolidate together, it will help somehow to face those challenges, to strengthen the functional capacity of farmers and to improve the production system, as well as the post-harvesting things, because we can improve the production, but all this production or most of it or major part of it can be lost, as Dr. Anwar indicated. So considering the value chain is very, very essential. So this information we try to consolidate in one unified channel that everybody can get access to it. It's a very, very essential. So what colleagues now indicated is confirm the importance of what we are doing in the platform. So we will be committed to continue further and develop it further and make it more beneficial to everyone in the future, inshallah. Thank you. Over to you.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. I'm looking to my screen to see if there are any comments, but also I think one of the comments came by, I think, if I'm not, Dr. Abdul Rahim Khan. I think you suggested something, or you would like to share some pictures or something like that.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Today we cannot share pictures, but we can talk about that. But we can get you in a presentation or a lecture about that.
Okay. Thank you very much, Rida. I have some question regarding the post-harvest management of dates. Here in Pakistan stands 5th or 6th place in the date production in the world. Here in Pakistan, we process the dates into two classes. First class is dry dates, which is called as chuhara. It is totally dry and it is a religious item for the India and other Indian peoples. And the cost of these dates are very low. Other dates are wet dates. We have at the moment just one processing unit at our province Balochistan. We produce a highly quality dates from there. Due to the heavy raining season in this year, we lost our very much of date produced and also get a great loss in date plantation. Post-harvest management, there are one or two projects are working on date post-harvest management here in Pakistan. But as some my colleagues, senior colleagues said, the manpower is very low, and while there is more people are required for the capacity building of the farmers. For farmers, as Mr. Ifi said, we are working for the high class people. We are not working for the farmers. If we're working for the farmers, we should address the small to medium farmers and advise them to post-harvest management of dates. Date is a fruit of full of nutrition quality for the people from age 10 to old age people. I hope that Pakistan will play a great role in the post-harvest management of dates, and Windrock project and some USD other projects are working on it. Thank you very much, Mr. Reza, for listening me, and I will share some pics of your email of the problem which we faced during this rainy season. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, and we will be very happy to have you at any time would like to give a presentation about the date palm industry in Pakistan, problems, success stories, etc. We'll be very happy to have you any Okay, he's asking about dates festival. I think it's in the 19th and 20th, Dr. Anwar. November 19 and 20. That's the Jordan Date Palms Festival, and there will be also a seminar on date palms at the side event in the festival. Please, if everybody just mute your microphone. Dr. Odeti, your microphone is open. Your microphone, okay? Okay, thank you so much. So if you don't have more questions, I will leave the floor to Dr. Atif for some closing remarks for today. Okay, let us get Dr. Mohammed Anwar Haddad. He has a comment before we close our discussion today. We have 5 more minutes to close, Dr. Mohammed Anwar.
Just I want to tell my experience, our experience also in Jordan regarding the climate change and the delay of the season. My findings is, and I was testing that in Aswan. We tried to get information through the satellite about the cumulative heat in the country. Even in Jordan, we did that, and there is a very important issue. It's very important when we are thinking to invest in date, and we know what's happening in the country. There is a lot of expansion in investment in date production in the country. It's very crucial and very important. We find that not the cumulative heat is the key issue. It is, for example, in Jordan, the cumulative heat has been happened, but the fruit is not ripened yet. What's the problem? Why? This is the big question. We found that the distribution of the heat among all the phases of fruit production, fruit development actually, is very crucial. For example, in Jordan, until 26th of September, we found that the cumulative heat has been achieved, but the heat necessary to ripen the dates in date phase is not achieved yet. We have 0 in 26, And beyond that, we need more than 15 to 20 days. If the heat continue at the same rate, we need about 15 to 20 days to get ripening the fruit. The other issue, which needs research, I'm putting this in front of the research, and AARINENA, one of the major players in this, the physiological age of the date. We need at least, in Majhul, we need at least 180 days. If you don't achieve this, you will not, your fruit will not. So there is a lot of questions. We need to prove that by research, this is very important. I think I will check that in Jordan, I check that in Egypt, in South Egypt, in 3 areas: south of Aswan, 50 kilometers, north of Aswan, 50 kilometers, and even in Aswan. And we have the same findings. So I may talk about this in one of the coming workshops, but just I want to tell you, because this is very important. This is why this platform is over there. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. Actually, this is a very important question for research, and it can be a problem for graduate students, for our research projects, really to work on the cumulative heat hours in order to get the best ripening of the fruits. Back to you, Dr. Atif.
Thank you very much, Dr. Reda and team. This was really excellent seminar that we have, and would like to thank all participants for their very active participation and useful discussion, which will help us to improve the platform and the structure and the modality, the content of it as we go further. So at Office of Innovation of FAO, we will continue to be committed to improve the agriculture innovation system at country level and at the regional level as well, working together with the National Agriculture Research System and also regional and international agriculture research organizations. So we will continue doing this, and this platform is one of the efforts under of activities that we are doing, and happily we collaborate with AARINENA to do it, and we'll continue, inshallah, to take it to next step. So this innovation platform is a commodity-based platform for the region, and it can be a model for other also strategic commodity or crops that the region needs. With that, I really very much encourage all of you to please take an active part, because this is your platform. So we established this for benefits of all. So I encourage all of us to be active and interact effectively and actively, timely with this to make the platform lively. Because as the colleague said, that it's, what we do in collecting information, it will be useless if we don't use it. So we have to make use of it and get benefit of it. So we now need to harvest the fruit of the platform. We did a lot of efforts now to establish it. So we want to take the benefits of it. So this is the next step. I encourage all of you to be active and participate in the platform. And we'll continue to do our homework and efforts to align it and link it with other relevant platforms and the networks to avoid any overlaps or any duplication, to make sure that we capitalize in what each of other have. So we really get benefits from each other. So with this, we will keep also you updated and posted in what we do as we develop the platform further. So with this, I would like to really thank AARINENA, Dr. Reda, Dr. Nail, Isra, and Dr. Malkawi, Wafa, everyone who was involved with this and under the leadership of Dr. Reda and Dr. Adel. This was really a very excellent modality of collaboration and coordination together to get this from the idea to a reality now. So I'm very happy to have this collaboration, and we'll continue, inshallah, in future to collaborate in more. So I would like to thank you all and wish you all the blessings and have a nice weekend in ahead. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Atif. And actually, at the end, to give or forgive, I would like to give a lot of thanks to the FAO actually for supporting us in this great project, and especially Dr. Atif and Dr. Sildaraj, who are always with us, and they have been involved with us. Dr. Atif almost in every activity and in every meeting, he is joining us to follow up on this subject. I would like to thank you all for being with us today, and please join us in the platform and let us use and utilize the platform and to get the benefit out of it and to interact to each other in the platform. I would like to thank my colleagues in AARINENA, the team who is working with us, headed actually by Dr. Adel Abdulrahim, our president, and our team who worked here, Dr. Muhammad Malkawi, Wafa, Dr. Nail, Mazen, Isra from our office, where we are always working around the clock in order really to get the job done on time and to have our deliverables also on time. To forgive, actually, I would like you to forgive me if I know I am not a good moderator, but usually it happens I am the moderator. So please forgive me if I didn't give enough time or chance for everybody to get his opinion or to discuss things, because we are going through a time frame. I think now it's 12 o'clock and that's the end of our session. So have a nice evening and I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.